The sun had barely risen over the mist-covered river when the silence of dawn was shattered by a sound that sent shivers through the jungle. The desperate roar of a tiger. Not just any tiger, but a mother who had wandered too close to danger. She was clumsy and tired, weakened from protecting her cubs through the night. And as fate would have it, she stumbled into the territory of one of nature's most unpredictable giants. The hippopotamus, the massive beast, with jaws capable of crushing bone in a single snap, felt its territory was threatened and charged with unrestrained fury. The tiger, though fierce, was caught off guard. Her paws slipped in the mud, and her once graceful stride turned awkward as she scrambled to evade the lumbering charge. But the hippo was relentless, each step shaking the ground, each bellow echoing across the water. The villagers who lived nearby had seen many battles between animals, but this was different. The mother tiger was not in her prime, and without help, she would be crushed. Panic spread through the settlement as cries for aid rose into the morning sky. And so, once again, the call was made. The heroic rescue team, a group of men and women who had risked everything countless times to protect life in all its forms, was summoned. The rescue team did not waste a moment. Commander Rafi, their leader, known for his steady nerves and sharp instincts, rallied his companions as the sound of chaos guided them toward the riverbank. Alongside him was Zara, the agile strategist who never failed to spot a weakness in their adversary, and Arif, the team's powerhouse, who wielded ropes and tools as if they were extensions of his own body. Alongside him was Zara, the agile strategist who never failed to spot a weakness in their adversary, and Arif, the team's powerhouse, who wielded ropes and tools as if they were extensions of his own body. With them came a small squad of villagers, carrying sticks, nets, and makeshift weapons. Their mission was not to kill but to save, to prevent nature's clash from ending in tragedy. As they approached the scene, they saw the horrifying spectacle unfold. The mother tiger, mud-splattered and gasping, tried to fend off the hippo's aggressive charges with swipes of her claws, but every strike seemed powerless against the thick armor-like hide of the beast. The hippo's massive tusks gnashed dangerously close, and one slip of the tiger's paw nearly spelled her end. Time was running out. The team knew that if they hesitated, the tiger would not survive another minute. With a quick signal, Commander Rafi split the team, half to distract the hippo, the other half to prepare an escape path for the tiger. Every second counted, and every movement was a gamble against the raw, unpredictable power of the raging hippo. Arif and two villagers shouted and waved torches, drawing the hippo's attention. The beast turned with a terrifying grunt, charging at them with startling speed for its size. Mud splashed high as its weight crashed forward, forcing the men to leap aside. This brief diversion gave Zara a chance to study the scene carefully. She noticed the tiger's back leg had been twisted awkwardly. It explained the clumsiness, the stumble that had left her vulnerable. She can't outrun him, Zara muttered, her eyes narrowing as she scanned for solutions. Rope, nets, obstacles, anything that could slow the hippo down without harming it. Meanwhile, the tiger roared again, summoning the last of her strength to protect herself and the unseen cubs hidden in the jungle. Her eyes were wide, frantic, but there was also a fire in them, a refusal to surrender. Commander Rafi knelt quickly, mapping out a desperate plan in the mud with his finger. We'll trap its path, force it to veer off, and give her an opening, he declared. The others nodded, though fear lingered in their eyes. Facing a hippo was no less terrifying than facing death itself. Still, united by purpose, they moved, driving stakes into mud, tying ropes across a narrow bank, and preparing for the moment when bravery would have to clash with brute force. The confrontation reached its peak when the hippo, frustrated by its inability to land a fatal blow on the tiger, let out a thunderous bellow and charged with renewed fury. Its small eyes burned with territorial rage, and its jaws opened wide, revealing teeth like daggers of ivory. At that instant, Air threw one of the ropes over a tree stump, pulling it taut across the beast's path. With astonishing precision, Zara signaled the villagers, who hammered their torches into the ground, creating a line of fire and smoke. The hippo barreled forward, undeterred, until it slammed into rope and stumbled sideways, losing balance. The ground quaked with the weight of its fall, mud spraying in every direction. The tiger sees her chance, dragging herself toward the water's edge, her breath ragged, her strength fading. But the danger was not over. The hippo recovered with terrifying speed, thrashing the water and lunging once more. This time, Commander Rafi himself sprinted forward, waving his arms and shouting to lure the monster away. Every heartbeat was a battle, every step a dance with death. Yet the commander's voice did not waver, his resolve unshaken. For him, saving life, whether human or animal, was worth every risk. The team's strategy unfolded like a storm. Villagers beat drums and clashed sticks to create a cacophony that disoriented the raging beast. Aerith and two others pulled nets across the shallow bank, forming a barrier between the hippo and the weakened tiger. Meanwhile, Zara guided the mother tiger with soft gestures and calming tones, as though her voice alone could reach into the frightened animal's heart. Slowly, painfully, the tiger limped along the escape path. The cubs, sensing their mother's struggle, emerged from the bushes with pitiful mews, their tiny bodies trembling. The sight drove the team into greater determination. Failure was not an option when innocent young lives hung in the balance. The hippo, however, was not easily defeated. It rammed against the nets, tearing them apart with sheer force, and advanced once more. Sweat dripped down faces, hands blistered from ropes, but still they fought. A final maneuver was needed. Commander Rafi raised his hand, his eyes scanning the chaos until they locked onto a cluster of bamboo poles nearby. With a swift command, the villagers jammed the poles into mud, creating a crude barricade. It wasn't impenetrable, but it was enough to stall the beast. In those precious moments, the tiger and her cubs slipped into the cover of the trees. Exhaustion weighed on every member of the rescue team, but relief began to swell in their chests as they realized the tiger family was finally safe. The hippo, thwarted and confused, bellowed one last time before retreating back into the water, its massive form sinking beneath the rippling surface. For a long moment, no one moved. The only sound was a heavy panting of men and women who had stared into the face of death and refused to yield. Then, slowly, the villagers began to cheer. They rushed to the rescue team, clasping hands, patting shoulders, praising their courage. The tiger, now hidden deep within the jungle of her cubs, let out a distant roar, not of fear, but of gratitude. Though she would never understand the sacrifice made for her, her survival was proof enough of the team's triumph. Zara, her face streaked with sweat and dirt, smiled faintly.
We
did it, she whispered. Aerith dropped to his knees, his muscles trembling from the strain, and Commander Rafi simply stood tall, silent, watching the jungle as though it too were alive, breathing with them, acknowledging their courage. In the days that followed, the story of the rescue spread far beyond the village. It became a tale of bravery told around fires, a lesson to children about unity, and a reminder to all that even in the wildest corners of the earth, compassion could rise against chaos. The rescue team was hailed not as heroes, but as guardians of balance, protectors of life in all its fragile and ferocious forms. The mother tiger, now healed, was seen once more prowling with her cubs, strong and proud, her clumsiness forgotten in the strength of her survival. And the hippo, though dangerous, remained a creature of the river, respected but never hated. For nature was not the enemy. It was a force to be understood, to be met with courage and wisdom. For Commander Rafi and his team, this rescue was more than just another mission. It was a testament to belief that life, no matter how fragile, was worth saving. And in the heart of the jungle, where danger and beauty walked hand in hand, the legend of the day a heroic rescue team saved a clumsy mother tiger from a ferocious attack a giant hippo would live on, etched into the memory of all who dared to listen. At the break of dawn, a clumsy mother tiger stumbled near the riverbank, exhausted from protecting her cubs, only to face the ferocious charge of a giant hippo whose massive jaws threatened to crush her. The villagers, terrified, called a heroic rescue team, led by the fearless Commander Rafi, agile strategist Zara, and powerhouse Aerith, who rushed to save the tiger without harming the beast. As the hippo lunged, the team cleverly used ropes, bamboo barricades, and nets to stall its attacks, while Zara guided the tiger towards safety and the cubs watched anxiously from the bushes. Mud, water, and chaos filled the riverbank as the hippo bellowed and thrashed, but teamwork, courage, and precise strategy finally allowed the mother tiger to escape into the jungle with her cubs, leaving the exhausted but triumphant rescue team hailed as heroes. In the end, life was preserved, danger respected, and a tale of bravery, compassion. And so, with the mother tiger and her cubs safe, the jungle returned to its calm, and the heroic rescue team's courage became a legend, reminding all that bravery and compassion can triumph even over the fiercest of nature's dangers.